All right, this is called an optional sales tax. I feel there's nothing optional about it. And again, I think the last two speakers said it very wisely, that there's manipulation going on. I saw that with the people who were chosen for the focus group. I saw with the information that they were handed, what they had to work with, that their scores were already there. There was never anything where you could put a minus on something. It was everything, whether it was good or not. It got a 1. It didn't get a 0. The whole thing was so manipulated that it was unworthy of you. It was unworthy of the staff who put it together. And I've said this before to you here, and I will say it again. I object that people who do not live in Charlotte County, who are in administration, do not live in Charlotte County, are pushing this agenda on us. They don't live here. They're not going to pay that tax. So why are they there? And please don't tell me about waivers. One of them sent me the copy of a waiver, what it means. Well, when you have more than 250 people, full-time employees, paid by our ad valorem taxes, and they do not live in Charlotte County, that's not a waiver. That's your policy. I don't care if other counties have longer durations for their optional tax. This is specific to Charlotte County and the kind of population we have here, the income for the population that we have here. I mentioned that before, that the hardship for the low-income families, it is a hardship. These people, whether they're families or seniors, disabled, whatever, the same people have to buy certain items that are taxed, and they pay that tax, the optional tax, on everything. And I'll mention that Jaguar again, an $80,000 Jaguar. The maximum that they will pay is on the first $5,000, or $5,000, yes, of the 1-cent sales tax. Why don't you come up with something where the optional sales tax will begin at, say, $20? That way they have items that they can purchase that will not have the optional tax on it. Whether it's, again, the necessities for their home, soaps and cleaning fluids and clothing for their children that they buy at Goodwill, they're still getting this optional tax put on that clothing. And that is not the right thing to do. A tax is a tax. And we've had Republicans sitting here for 20 years saying that they don't believe in taxes. Well, we're paying taxes, you're taxing us, and we are paying those taxes. You talk about fiscally conservative. This is not fiscally conservative. I'm fiscally responsible. And the curmudgeons asked me that once. They said, oh, you seem very fiscally conservative. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm fiscally responsible. I said, you have to look everywhere to decide what's going to happen to the people in your community. And this is a small community. I think you can do better. Okay, I appreciate that you voted to put this on the November ballot, and that is where it belongs. I did not like the maneuvering ahead of time to say, well, what will the public accept, et cetera, and this education, and everything that was said by the other speakers. I think that's correct. But I'm reminding you that a lot of the things on this list are they're not required, they're not necessary, they're not needs. Some of them are, and many of them are things that are also optional. And I don't know what order you're going to put these in. That's the next step that you make. Which order do they go in? And the public is going to be at the mercy of that. What order do they go in? I know we're still building sidewalks, et cetera. We have many projects going on from the last sales tax. And now this one, if it goes for 8 years. And I'm hoping the public doesn't go for the 8 years, only because I get tired of hearing, well, we didn't put that on the list. We weren't here then. And that's why I had said originally 2 years. Now, even with 4 years, it would be okay, because we'll hold the people responsible who sat here and pushed it on the people. So 8 years, how many of you will be here in office? How many of you will even want to be there in office? I don't know. But the thing is, who's going to answer to the public and be responsible at that time? No one ever seems to want to take that responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you.